Right now at noon, why plans for a controversial data center in DeForest are facing a major setback. Plus, a partial government shutdown looming as the Department of Homeland Security Secretary faces growing criticism on Capitol Hill. What Democrats want as part of the funding negotiation. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Breiter. Right now, a big blow to plans for a controversial data center in DeForest. The village says the proposal from QTS isn't feasible. Village officials say after discussions with the Board of Trustees, staff are recommending the village president reject an annexation petition tied to the project. Back in November, QTS proposed transforming farmland into a 1,600-acre data center campus. The company says the project would bring a $12 billion investment and create 700 permanent jobs. But the proposal faced pushback over energy consumption, lack of transparency, and environmental concerns. Village staff are expected to formally recommend rejecting the annexation petition at the February 3rd meeting for the village board. We are waiting to learn more information about an investigation involving the FBI and Dane County narcotics. It comes after law enforcement officials served a search warrant Tuesday morning on West Carson's Drive near Troy Community Garden. Madison police have only shared the location, but no word on if anyone has been arrested. Police say more information may be released in the future. Democratic leaders are calling for DHS Secretary Kristi Noem to be fired or face impeachment proceedings in the aftermath of Saturday's shooting death of Alex Preddy. More than 160 House Democrats have signed on to an impeachment resolution. While it's unlikely to move forward in the Republican-controlled Congress, a growing number of GOP lawmakers are calling for an impartial investigation into the shooting. And at least two Republican senators, Tom Tillis and Lisa Murkowski, say Noem should step down.
She has taken this administration into the ground on an issue that we should own. We should own the issue of border security and immigration.
So far, President Trump appears to be standing by Secretary Kristi Noem, saying she's doing a great job. Meanwhile, the backlash over the shooting and an immigration crackdown has also triggered a standoff on Capitol Hill over a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security with a deadline on Friday. Democrats are pushing for reforms to be included in the negotiation. If no deal is reached by Friday, there would be a partial government shutdown. Another investigation is underway in Minnesota after authorities say a man sprayed Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar with an unknown substance last night. During a town hall meeting, 55-year-old Anthony Kazmierzak used a syringe to spray the substance at Omar before being tackled to the ground. Representative Omar was uninjured, but they are still working to determine what the foul-smelling substance squirted at her was. Back here in Wisconsin, President Trump is endorsing Congressman Tom Tiffany for governor. President Trump called Tiffany an advocate for the working men and women of the state. Tiffany launched his campaign for governor in September. He faces just one other Republican, Washington County Executive Josh Schoemann. On the Democratic side, 9 candidates are seeking their party's nomination. Now, first check of your first warn forecast this afternoon. Here's meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, Josh. Temperatures are still very cold out there, but they continue to get just a little bit better. Right now, though, only 9 degrees in Madison. Some parts of Dane County are in the double digits, and that's the case for a lot of the area. But we also are seeing some of those gusty winds kind of pick up around the region. But overall, the winds aren't too bad right now, but because the temperatures are still on the colder side, we continue to be seeing these wind chills near, but if not below zero in a lot of cases. -4 is the wind chill in Madison, a lot of the region kind of between 0 and -10. So we'll continue to see the temperatures get just a little bit better, but the cold air is really going to take its time to completely get out of the region. So throughout the day, temperatures are only going to rise a few more degrees. Highs will be around 10 to 15 for a lot of the area. We will see a good amount of sunshine, so that's the good news, but we're going to continue to see relatively clear skies for the overnight hours, and that will allow the temperatures to drop once again below zero. Wind chills will likely be in the negative teens for a lot of the region, and tomorrow temperatures are going to be pretty similar. So these very cold temperatures are going to stick around at least through Friday, getting a little bit better by the weekend and beyond, but we're still not expecting a huge warm up. I'll have more details on the extended forecast, though, coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. As we push through this stretch of bitter cold, you can help those in need during this week of warmth. Please help News 3 Now and channel3000.com raise funds for the nonprofit Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. The organization provides critical assistance to families facing heating or cooling emergencies when other resources run out.
The increase of the call volume has been incredible due to the weather, furnaces breaking, high energy costs and high energy bills, and people are struggling. Do I put food on the table or do I pay my bill? And it is a struggle, and our program is here just to assist, just to help them make that decision.
Out of every dollar donated, 95 cents will go directly to help those in crisis stay warm and safe. It all leads up to our telethon on Friday. If you'd like to donate, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. We also have a link to our donation page on channel3000.com. Happening tonight, the city of Middleton is seeking public input on the High Road reconstruction project. The community can learn about the project, ask questions, and share feedback. The project would run from Greenbrier Road to Spring Hill Drive, with construction expected to begin in 2027. If approved, homeowners adjacent to the project area, including those along High Road and neighborhoods with access from Spring Hill Drive to Friendship Lane, are encouraged to attend. The meeting is at Middleton's North Side Elementary School in the multi-purpose room from 6:30 to 8:30. Travelers flying out of the Dane County Regional Airport will soon have another nonstop destination. Breeze Airways announcing a new summer route from Madison to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, starting May 8th with flights Monday through Friday. This will be Madison's second North Carolina destination, joining Charlotte, served by American Airlines. With Raleigh-Durham, the airport now offers direct flights to 19 destinations, including summer service to Miami, Los Angeles, Tampa Bay, and Orlando. Coming up next on News 3 Now at noon, how many jobs UPS is planning to cut this year, plus what the latest consumer confidence numbers are showing about views on the economy.
U.S. consumer confidence fell to a 12-year low this month. The Conference Board says its latest index dropped more than 9 points to 84.5, which is lower than readings conducted during the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the survey, respondents' views of current business and labor market conditions, as well as expectations for the future, all dropped. Consumers wrote in several factors affecting their view of the economy, with mentions of inflation, tariffs, health insurance, politics, and war trending upwards. The United Parcel Service is planning to slash 30,000 workers and close dozens of buildings this year, all in an effort to cut costs. A company executive said in an earnings call it will offer full-time drivers a voluntary separation program. It comes as Pinterest also says it will cut around 15% of its workforce this year, as the tech platform works to build out its artificial intelligence capabilities. And iconic Valentine's Day candy Sweethearts is back with new phrases that echo the realities of love in this economy. 2026 phrases include modern sayings like share login, split rent, and cook for two, in addition to classic phrases like cutie pie and love bug. Sweethearts are available at stores nationwide. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Here's a look at the stock numbers at the noon hour. The Dow is down 3 points, NASDAQ up 20, and the S&P 500 down 5. Our Call for Action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Call for action at 608-270-2833. You can also submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Pam has today's farm numbers up next, and Jacob is tracking the first warn forecast. Then later on Live at 4, new developments at the Dane County Regional Airport with that brand new flight to Raleigh-Durham. And as we go to break, there's the QR code for our week of warmth. You can help us support the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund right now. Welcome back. Let's check in now with Pam Yankee for the Midwest Farm Report on a Wednesday afternoon. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Josh. Yeah, good crowd yesterday on campus for the 2026 UW Ag Outlook Forum, despite the fact there wasn't much good news to share with the audience. I'm glad I had a chance to moderate. Organized by the Rank Agribusiness Institute, we had probably close to 200 people that were on hand looking at 2026's trends. And when it comes to bankruptcies, not very good. We learned that Chapter 12 farm bankruptcy filings are on the rise, not just nationally, but right here in the state of Wisconsin. Looks like it's going to be the third consecutive year for negative profit margins, specifically for our corn and soybean growers. Chapter 12 farm bankruptcy filings. In 2024, we had 213. 3/4 of 2025, that number went up to 293. Now, that's nationally. Here in Wisconsin, the same kind of stress. In 2024, we had 2 farm bankruptcy filings, Chapter 12s, and 3/4 of 2025, that number escalated to 13. So we're already seeing some of the economic impact that comes about with regards to these commodity prices. Several of the speakers yesterday also wanted to be quick to remind people that bankruptcy filings do not indicate failure, but sometimes it's a reorganization trying to clear the path for success going forward. But like I said, alarming statistics, alarming trends, all the same. Again, if you want to see it, they've got some of the presentations posted already on the Rank Agribusiness website, and they'll have the video presentations coming up later this week. On a more positive note, I want to congratulate the Wisconsin Outstanding Young Farmer of the Year. It's a young man from Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, Tyler Bodwin. He's a fourth-generation dairy farmer in Sturgeon Bay. Started out his farming experience in 2014 when he purchased 46 acres of land. Since then, he's become a partner in his family's dairy operation. They've expanded to more than 300 cows, and they've got more than 900 acres of crops to support that farm. Tyler Bodwin is the winner of the Outstanding Young Farmer Awards weekend. He'll now be advancing to national competition, representing the state in 2027. Also, congratulations to Perry and Cassandra Botten from New Franken. They were the runners-up from Brown County in the big event. Markets today, the positive area is in the wheat market, and that's primarily because of the crazy weather that we've been experiencing, not just in Wisconsin, but across the United States. Those cold temperatures put a lot of the winter wheat crop that doesn't necessarily have a lot of snow cover at risk. So a lot of the crop scouts kind of keeping an eye on snow depth, those whipping winds that a lot of people have been reporting to me. That's another issue that can really damage winter wheat. So wheat markets up double digits on the midday in Chicago. The rest of our commodities, as far as corn and beans, holding firm. Dairy today is the one that's getting a punch in the gut. Both our fluid milk contracts, the class 3 that goes into cheese, and our product prices are lower. Barrel cheese today drops 5.5 to $1.41. 40-pound block cheese down 2 1/4, $1.38 1/4. Double A butter today down 7, giving back some of those gains we've seen over the past 2 days' time. $1.52.5 per pound. We're going to have some of those same kinds of conversations happening beginning tomorrow, Josh. I'll be up in Wisconsin Dells for the 2026 Wisconsin Corn Soy Expo, considered one of the largest gatherings of our corn and soybean growers in a calendar year. That'll be both Thursday, Friday at the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells. So if people are going, they might want to listen for me. You probably can hear me before you'll be able to see me in that crowd.
All right, Pam, we'll look forward to more on that conversation. As always, thank you. Time now for your certified most accurate forecast in Madison with First Warn meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, Josh, we're going to continue to be very cold at least through Friday, but still on the colder side even after that. Still getting better once we get towards the weekend and next week. But temperatures at best will only be near normal for this time of the year. And as far as snowfall goes, we do have a chance Sunday into Monday, but for the most part, not looking at any big systems, though there is better chances of snowfall next week. Now, let's take a moment and look back at the last 10 days. Here are the low temperatures that we've seen each of the last 10 days. And outside of a week ago where we had a balmy low of 13 degrees above zero, every single day has featured a low temperature below zero, with the coldest being this past Friday and Saturday, where the low was -18 Friday and -19 on Saturday. we're going to see more below zero lows for the next couple of nights, and we're especially going to see more below zero wind chills, and we're seeing those right now between 0 and negative 10 right now, dropping into the negative teens for tomorrow morning. And the next couple of days will feature wind chills as low as the negative teens during the morning, but only improving to around 0 to 5 above zero for the afternoon. So as we take a look at Friday, similar situation, below zero wind chills getting as cold as into the negative teens. Afternoon wind chills around 0, and Saturday will also feature below zero wind chills. Maybe seeing those afternoon wind chills getting close to around 5 to 10 above zero, but still, again, going to be on the colder side. And as you can see, we still aren't going to see a huge warm up, but the highs will be in the 20s next week, and that will feel a lot better, and that is very close to normal for this time of the year, especially towards the middle and end of next week. Now let's check out the chance of snow. So looking at the forecast now, going through the end of the week, there's just about 0% chance of snow. Obviously, you can't completely rule out flurries, especially when you're seeing some cloudy skies, but certainly not going to see anything remotely close to accumulation until we get to Sunday evening, where we will see the system move through the region. Still not expected to produce a lot of a snowfall, but definitely could see maybe about an inch of accumulation as this passes through Sunday evening through Monday morning, and then clearing out for Monday afternoon. We'll see a few other chances of snowfall next week, but looking at the 7-day snowfall chances, very dry for the rest of the week. Again, we will see an increase in those snow chances, and then maybe a few more as we get towards the middle of next week as those temperatures do finally warm up. So we're going to be sunny, but that really won't make a difference to the temperatures the next couple of days. They're still going to be very cold. Overnight lows and certainly wind chills in the morning will drop below zero. Next week, though, we'll finally start to see some more winter-like. I wouldn't say these temperatures aren't winter-like, but the temperatures next week will be close to what we normally see during January with those 20s. I mean, we always see days or stretches like this, but it just really does suck when you're going through it, especially if it's prolonged like it has been right now.
I know. Looking forward to those 20s, though, Jacob. Thank
Yeah.
you. And this reminder, News for Now is asking for your help in supporting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund through our Week of Warmth. Out of every dollar donated, 95 cents goes directly to help those in crisis. And our telethon is on Friday. You've got the QR code on your screen. It's also on channel3000.com. Up next for us, Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is back. She'll show us a recipe that's heart healthy without sacrificing the flavor. We're back now with Angie Horkin for the Wisconsin Beef Council, and you've got another tasty recipe for us today.
I do. High protein.
Which is what our focus has been all this month.
Great vegetables and a lean cut of beef. So 1 3-ounce serving of beef has 10 essential nutrients and vitamins in it. With,
love that.
Of course, protein being one of the main ones, but zinc, iron, B12, B6, a lot of great nutrients in a small serving of beef. So serving size, I like to talk about that this time of year, because if you're really looking to eat maybe more more healthy, more nutritious, exactly. Watch your serving size. So a serving of beef is 4 ounces raw or 3 ounces cooked. So it's like the size of a deck of cards. Okay. Or we used to say an iPhone or a cell phone, but maybe a small one, not the big ones, yeah. Right? But yeah, and now this recipe is just called our steak and vegetables with a homemade chimichurri. Yum. And the recipe on the website on beeftips.com calls for 4 tenderloin fillets. I didn't buy tenderloin. I just had tenderloin in December for New Year's, yep. So I just did a top sirloin. So you can substitute any beef cut really that you want to into this recipe. That doesn't need to be marinated. So, and 2, look for loin and round in the name for lean cuts. But a lot of your rounds need to be marinated because they are so lean they're not tender. Yes. But the loins are tender. So tenderloin, sirloin, like I have top sirloin, loin or strip. All of those qualify as lean. Okay. So I did 1 pound of top sirloin, and I just did it in the skillet with a little salt and pepper on it, and I stripped it up. I just warmed it up here, but that's really all I did because it cooks so fast. It's so easy. I just added a little salt and pepper, and then I'm serving it with roasted beets and roasted sweet potatoes.
Oh, there we go.
So I did 1 large sweet potato, peeled it and did about 1/4-inch slice, and then a couple beets, peeled them and sliced them too, and put them on parchment lined tray. About 25 minutes in a 400-degree oven with a little bit of good extra virgin olive oil, a little salt, a little pepper.
Oh, that looks good.
We're serving this family style, right? So you got your veggies, you've got this whole top sirloin, 4 servings here, and then the homemade chimichurri. So it starts with a base of kale, unsalted pistachios, chopped fresh parsley, a little olive oil, lemon juice, some red wine vinegar, some garlic, of course. Just do that up in a food processor, a little black pepper at the end. Just a fun, fresh, really great way. The chimichurri is a great way to add so much flavor with not a lot of fat, because you've just got fresh vegetables and ingredients in
And
there.
I love the colors on this tray, too. It's good to have all the colors.
It is. We eat the rainbow.
We do.
Say 26.6 grams of protein per serving. And then the full nutritionals for all of our recipes are on beeftips.com with the recipe. So if you're looking for more macronutrients and all that, check the website out. Click on As Seen on TV, you'll find this recipe. Plus a lot of other protein-packed, well-balanced recipes. Perfect for January.
I was going to say, try to keep those New Year's resolutions
Keep your New Year's resolutions going.
Awesome. Well, Angie Horkin with Wisconsin Beef Council. Angie, thank you so much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. Here's Jacob with a final check of your forecast.
Thanks, Josh. Staying cold through the end of the week, getting a little bit better over the weekend and next week, but temperatures will still be on the colder side as it is still the winter time. That also will be our next chance of some snowfall, mainly Sunday evening through Monday morning. But right now, not expecting any big snowfalls in the forecast. I'm sure many people will just take the warmer temperatures. That means a little bit more snow.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Thanks for watching News 3 Now at noon. Coming up next is The Bold and the Beautiful. We leave you with our QR code for our Week of Warmth campaign as we're asking for folks to donate to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. You can help make a difference to those facing a heat crisis right now.